Okay, we're finally doing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Out of the 3 non-AC games, Origin, Odyssey, and Valhalla, this is my favorite one. What isn't there to enjoy here? We have a great long story, definitely some character challenges, amazing customization, amazing boss fights, huge open world, great abilities to unlock, rewarding power-ups, more than enough content to enjoy for maybe a few months, tens of hours of gameplay that I don't regret at all. And the game till this day, this game looks amazing. I finished the game 5 times and we're starting this video with merits. Though I did enjoy this game, it's not perfect. Far from it actually. There are major plot holes to the story, so many unnecessary side quests, the game was way too damn grindy. To me, the worst part of it was the egregious store. Way too expensive for a story game. The devs made the game so grindy that it literally tried to force you to buy this double XP status for more revenue. I can understand the hustle, but do something like this in a multiplayer game, not a single player game. Maybe you guys could have added the Manhunt multiplayer that's been missing for a long time now. Ubisoft, you guys are going down because for years you believed you were untouchable and fans will buy your product no matter what. I strongly suggest you start giving the players what they want instead of you wanting them to buy the products you want to make. It doesn't work like that.
Hey! Shitface! Get down here! Cyclops got a message for you.
Tell your boss he can stick.
So that's how we're starting the opening, huh? These two just saw her do a superhero landing on a bunch of pebbles while barefoot, which is far worse than stepping on Legos. Yet they start by breaking her nose. Also, what's up with this guy's face?
Malaka!
Try taking a shot every time Cassandra says Malaka. I'm kidding, of course. You'll definitely die.
I guess I owe Marcos a little visit. Thank you, Phoebe.
I'll go tell Marcos you're coming.
My head.
I love how these two Cassandra knocked out somehow woke up once Cassandra and Phoebe finished their conversation. And didn't Cassandra have a broken nose? What happened to it? She herself said another broken nose a little after this fight.
Just what I need today. Another broken nose. I'm going to have to take care of that.
Apparently she has auto-regenerative abilities during cutscenes.
You bought a vineyard, Marcos? A vineyard?
Why not? I like wine, you like wine, everybody likes wine. Everybody buys wine. Why not from me?
Because you don't know how to grow grapes or make wine?
I'm a fast learner. You grow grapes on the vine, then you get some wine.
Marcos, if you don't know the process of making wine, then taking a loan from someone who can kill you wasn't the best idea. Making wine can take at least a year. How will you make the money to pay back the loan?
Ah, F Derby. There's plenty of wine left to buy. Don't fret.
Not now, you fool. Phoebe's been taken.
By who?
Thugs of the Cyclops. Who else? Snatched her right off the main road.
Tell me where they went.
You know, I have to say, the acting in this game is kind of atrocious. Both Cassandra and Alexio sounded like they had food in their mouths when they started acting tough. I know the game is teaching you how to do a sneak attack, but most of the time the AI is actually this dumb. They head straight to their death like they're excited to die.
Oh, don't be scared of him. And look at you.
How could I go up against him? With what weapons? A rusty spear? A broken bow?
There you are. Skulking around the temple won't save you from me, Marcos.
Drusilla, I was just talking about you.
You were?
I need that wood, Marcos. These new bows will be the talk of the island.
And just like that, the gods heard Cassandra is in need of a new bow.
Do this for me and earn double what you earned today. Are you up to the task? It would take you far away from Kefalonia. So far away you might never return.
I'm not an assassin.
And this is why Assassin's Creed Odyssey is not an Assassin's Creed game. Cassandra just said it herself. She's not an assassin, but what she is a mercenary. The game wouldn't sell well if it didn't have the title of Assassin's Creed stamped on it. I understand the business tactic, but it's not getting a pass from me.
I accept.
Splendid. You'll need a boat. You have one, don't you?
No, but with the money you and your coat has, you could have easily supplied her one.
What'll it take for you to part with her?
Oh, couldn't let her go for less than 100,000.
100,000? Who has that much?
Someone who's serious about buying a ship.
Yeah, but genius, no one in this region has that kind of money. If you're making a ship, maybe it's best you make it where you can actually sell it.
Oh, the gods as my witness, I swear!
Which one?
What difference does it make? All of them! I swear, all of them!
I have never heard so much fucking God talk from one man in all my days.
Let him go.
No one on this island is allowed to say that word!
Did he say Cyclops? Did he hurt your feelings?
I don't like it when people call me that!
Oh, I didn't.
But you're so fat.
I mean, big and strong. And you really do only have one eye.
My eye. Give it to me. Give it to me and I won't kill Marcos for having you steal it!
I just have to ask, look at the size of that thing. How do you fit it in your eye socket? Apparently Cassandra has Spider-Man abilities, because how is she climbing a smooth surface? Normally I would send this because how ridiculous it is, but it contradicts the entire game. First of all, Cassandra isn't part of the Brotherhood, therefore she wouldn't know how to dive into some sort of leaf or a haystack without hurting herself.
Wait for me, Cassandra. I'm all packed and everything.
You're coming, are you?
If you're going, I'm going.
Kefalonia is the only place you've ever known. You'd leave your home?
I would if it meant staying with you.
Can't go where I'm going. I need to be alone.
Who's going to keep you company?
I'll be fine.
If I can't come, then take Hara.
Where did Phoebe get that small statue from?
So, what course do we set? Where in this big, beautiful world does the mighty Cassandra want to go?
Megaris.
Megaris? But we'll be sailing into war.
I got a contract for some general's head.
Whose head?
They call him the Wolf.
The wolf? Who wants Nikolaos of Sparta dead?
Nikolaos.
Okay, I have played this game from start to finish multiple times. Till this day, I can't understand this. So the Oracle said this baby will end all of Sparta. First of all, it's a baby. Eventually, cover your ears, liberals, it'll grow up to be a man raised by Nikolaos. So who's to say Sparta will end? But Cassandra releases herself from the Spartan, which is odd enough. He couldn't grab her and stop her right away. She knocks him off the cliff, which is perplexing because if you're trying to save your baby brother from being thrown off the cliff, maybe it's best not to push the man holding him off the cliff. Then Nikolaos was forced to drop Cassandra off the cliff for intervening. Not only did Cassandra not die, but the baby didn't die either. What's crazy to me is that Cassandra didn't even bother to fight back or try to escaping. She didn't even look for her brother. She just ran away and saw some random tiny boat, took it, and sailed during a storm and somehow survived and woke up in Kefalonia. You're telling me that a little sailboat handled a storm perfectly fine, but if you sail too hard, the boat will collapse out of nowhere.
If Nikolaos is your father, I guess that makes you my brother.
Did you take a blow to the head during battle? What are you talking about?
The Wolf is my father as well as yours.
Ridiculous. Before he adopted me into his home, he had 2 children. And they both died in Sparta many years ago.
Except for the one standing before you now.
You almost fooled me, but I wasn't born yesterday, Mystios. Let's stick to the subject of why you're here. What is a mercenary doing sailing into a war they aren't being paid to fight in? Tell me why you're really here before I cut you down for wasting my time.
I've come to meet the Wolf of Sparta.
You cannot simply meet with Nikolaos. He has command of the entire Spartan army. If you truly came all this way to meet him, you might be disappointed.
He is literally right there. There is no reason why Cassandra can't just call him over.
So you are the champion who won us today. Tell me your name, hero, so that I may greet you as a true warrior.
Here, Pater. It's been a long time.
Impossible. I saw you fall.
I didn't fall. You fucking threw me to my death.
I did what was required of me as a Spartan. I've made my peace with that. You need to as well.
You were my father. You were supposed to protect me.
You were reckless. You forced my hand.
I was protecting my brother because you wouldn't.
The Oracle decreed that Alexios had to die. Her word is absolute. You know that.
You can't cower behind your sense of duty
Enough!
anymore.
Hold up. Nikolaos isn't going to ask, how the hell did she survive a fall like that? or where she's been, or even a dumber question as to why she never returned? Something. Not just, oh wow, you survived. Meh, the past is the past. You need to get over it.
I suppose the gods won't judge you too harshly for a step patricide.
Nikolaos raised me, trained me.
He did not raise you. Sure, he trained you until the day he dropped you off the cliff. But you were a child and was raised by Marcos, which I question every time. How are you such a good fighter if the best training you received was when you were a child?
I should investigate his house.
He was right in front of you. How did he escape so quickly?
Killing me is a mistake.
That's odd. It sounded perfectly fine when Cassandra put him on the ground.
The cult always gets what it wants. We already have Demos. We'll find your mother and you'll be dead.
What cult? Where are they?
Character dies right before spewing important information cliche. Okay, this segment of the game is a bit perplexing. First of all, the door opens on its own somehow. Cassandra gets greeted by a woman who was expecting Elpenor. Cassandra expresses herself as a new recruit, which is odd since no one heard of a new recruit. Then Cassandra will cut herself to offer her blood to the cult so she won't blow her cover. The problem here is that the cut will heal immediately as if Cassandra has supernatural healing abilities. Alexio arrives here with the head of Elpenor and says he's dead as if that's difficult to assume. He tests 2 cult members and sees the family the sibling once had, and Alexio dismisses her and tests one last person just to put the blame on that one while Cassandra slowly walks away. I mean, does no one see her walking away? But let's not forget that one cult member who Alexio killed will not be removed from the list of the cults. How pathetic and foolish do you have to be to let your guard down right when you're about to kill one of the strongest Spartans? A name that will be mentioned for thousands of years. Perhaps removing the weapon from his hand might have been a great idea.
You're not hard to track.
And how did you find her? It's not like you can leave trails in the ocean. The game never explained that part and some other parts.
You're alive!
Don't touch me.
Come on, little brother. You have to tell me everything. What's happened to you?
I don't have to tell you anything.
Okay, let's talk about Alexios. The main reason I never played as him is because of his annoying forced voice. Why did the actor speak like this? He sounds like a brainless brew who was raised by Vikings. Cassandra's voice actor was on point and well performed. Alexios was just annoying to listen to.
What? The artifact showed the truth. We're family. And we made it out of Sparta alive.
Yes, it did show the truth. It confirmed what I always knew. You threw me off a fucking mountain!
If that's what you think, Alexios, you must have hit your head on the way down.
Well, technically, he's not wrong. You literally pushed the man holding baby Alexios off the cliff. Granted, that was not your intention, but just seeing that perplexes me.
Then why do the cult's bidding?
Have you been paying attention? They're following my lead.
You say that, yet there is one person who controls you and every other cult member.
I'm not interested in reunion. I just want to know what you think you're doing.
Same thing as your cult. Looking for Myrine, our mother.
They don't need her.
Your cultists think differently. She's their next target.
If they ever pursued her, it would be to kill her. But if you don't know where she is, that means she abandoned you too. How sad.
Even if we were abandoned, we survived. We can go back to the way things were if we can find her.
No, seriously, how is it that no one questioned not only Cassandra surviving, but her newborn baby?
You've seen what I can do, and you still think you stand a chance?
Well, it's not like you have an army of godlike Spartan soldiers on your side. That would be terrifying. But you have around 50 regular people with evil intent. But you haven't done anything impressive if I'm being honest. For all you know, you might have beaten an old woman to death or a young kid.
The Spartan woman arrived filthy and bleeding from her travels. We cared for her, gave her food, a bath, and she left. Where she went, I do not know. The child could not be saved.
Who does know where she went?
We've been spotted. Meet me later, near the olive tree of Iraklis, at the entrance of the sanctuary. I may have something for you.
And what do we have here? A priest and a mercenary out for a friendly stroll?
May the gods be with you, Plistos. I was just on my way to the archives when this Misthios bumped into me.
Is that so? And what were you both chatting about so fervently, might I ask?
Well, I would have just said that's none of your damn business, but since you just got here, how didn't you overheard the priest saying he may have something for the mercenary?
I don't believe you. Dead? How can my baby be dead?
Well, even though your baby did somehow survive, he was thrown off a cliff. How can you believe your baby will survive such a fall? But the actual sin is that nobody looked for the baby's body.
Phoebe was killed by cult guards before I could get to her.
Oh no. Dear Phoebe.
She died alone in the street.
No, you found her. She wasn't alone.
I don't know if you heard her correctly, but Phoebe was killed by the cult and died alone. Just because Cassandra found her body doesn't mean she wasn't alone.
Everything you ever created, Athens is mine.
Pericles!
So I want to know how Alexios got here when Cassandra and Aspasia were right in front of the entrance to this place.
I want to know about my real father.
How did you know?
I was told.
Nikolaos. You saw him.
In Megaris, yes.
Nikolaos was your father. He was the man who raised you.
Again, she was not raised by Nikolaos. She was being raised by him until he was forced to throw her off a cliff. Cassandra was raised by Marcos, poor thing.
I always hoped you would never need to discover the truth. But there are things you need to know if we are to stop the cult.
What do you mean?
He sought me out before I knew your Nikolaos. I've not heard from him in a long time. What's wrong?
Soldiers from Paros just made landfall in the cove.
15 hours of searching for this moment, and just like that, it was ruined by this person. But as sinful as that is, I need to add to this sin. If I witnessed my kid being thrown off a cliff, and she comes to me around 10 years later, I will certainly ask, 1. How the hell did she survive? And 2. Where the hell did she go? Am I the only one that thought of asking these questions?
You remind me of Nikolaos. You fight just like him. Ruthless and cunning. He would be proud.
Do I need to remind you that he threw Cassandra off a cliff? Why would that bring joy to Cassandra?
Seen too many people die already. Please, come away from here.
Aspasia, what brings you here?
Cassandra, read the room, my dear.
I'm interrupting. Please, continue your discussion. It sounds fascinating.
I've just come to tell your mother that the cult's elite forces are after her, and that this place is too open.
Actually, I'm wondering how Cassandra didn't throw a fit after seeing Aspasia here. This confirms she knew where Marini was the entire time. This also means she lied to Cassandra. Forget about manners, I would have body slammed Aspasia for all those wasted efforts.
This was the first and last place I ever felt safe.
As soon as you were old enough to hold a spear, you trained in this yard from morning till night.
Nikolaos was a tough teacher to please.
He hid his pride from you. But every night he would tell me, she's going to bring glory to Sparta.
That second choice must be sinned. Cassandra was being trained in the most basic way possible because she was a child. No one is going to tell me Cassandra became a godlike warrior with basic training from when she was a child.
I needs to be oiled before I goes to the games.
Well, I would have been happy to assist if you were in any state to compete.
I likes to be oiled.
Well, that's obvious.
Yeah. You knows. Come here. Gives us a hug.
Surely he can swim.
Well, it looks like you're the champion now.
So the devs made me go through all that work to have him join us just for testicles to accidentally fall into the water and immediately get eaten by a shark. Which is dumb because he's not even bitten into pieces, which makes me ask, where did all that blood come from?
I'm looking for...
You!
Stentor? Malacas! I'm here to help, you idiot.
Not after Megaris. Not after what you did.
Does anyone in this game ever look for the dead person's body? Why was Nikolaos presumed dead if no one was able to confirm his death?
You've changed so much.
Well, I would think nobody would be the same person they used to be when they were 10 years old.
Now that we've driven the Athenians from the field, it's time I dealt with my true enemy.
Stentor,
Your job is done, mercenary. Now I will kill you for what you stole from me in Megaris.
Okay, there's a couple things wrong here. We already seen the fact that Nikolaos' mysterious disappearance is a sin, but Stentor doesn't know he's way out of his league. In the very beginning, Cassandra is only one person, yet she was more than enough to take out several Athenian ships. She won the Olympics with her bare hands, and she just succeeded in several wars without a scratch on her. Stentor here is barely capable of leading a single army to victory without losing his mind. Second, Cassandra wastes time and doesn't tell Stentor Nikolaos is still alive. This is sinful because she literally told Nikolaos to help Stentor not too long ago.
I wish you'd helped me back in Sparta. But Stentor does need help now, even if he doesn't want to admit it. Stentor is as much your family as I am. You can still be there for him.
I will.
Here, I have the antidote.
More wine, please, to wash away the taste.
I don't know what kind of antidote that is, but with that kind of healing, how is anyone dying from sickness in this game?
My story will outlive any statue.
I just finished stabbing this guy to death and there's not 1 ounce of blood leaking out of him. Make that make sense.
Eating grin of your shit-eating face!
He said you had a nasty temper. He wasn't wrong.
You literally just betrayed her because someone paid you to kill her. Who wouldn't be in a bad mood?
Cassandra and Marini of Agiad, your names are cursed. May the Cryptia hunt you, and the Elotes scrape the meat from your bones!
Agreed. A wise ruling. Too bad you don't have a mask or a black cloak to save you this time.
You were there, in Delphi.
Pausanias literally exposed himself right in front of everyone, and a few minutes later, Cassandra assassinated him, picks up the letter from the cult, which means he's been carrying around evidence against him this entire time. With this level of carelessness, I'm surprised he made it this far.
Cassandra, you are condemned to be hunted!
Why? You guys had it right in front of you.
Your fate is sealed, son of the lion. Xerxes will unite us. He will bring order to chaos.
Divide the Pythia and everyone you love. Everything you stand for will perish.
Well, when were they going to perish? Because from what I see, his daughter grew up to be a strong leader, and her kids, which are Leonidas' grandchildren, also grew up. Granted, they were almost killed, but they're still alive. The man got his neck sliced open, and somehow will continue to live and fight after that.
I found Mate.
Finally reunited, only to lose each other again!
Can someone explain this to me? Alexios got knocked out by a tree, but if that's not crazy enough, Cassandra also gets knocked out by a tree. As sinful as that is, the cult doesn't kill her. Listen to the plan.
Yet here you are.
So what? I'm a prisoner until I'm killed?
That's the plan.
I don't know how you can take on a band of rebels if you refuse to fight this one.
The act itself is out of my hands.
I don't know what's more sinful. The fact that Cleon thought these two were going to stand a chance against Cassandra when stronger people tried and failed, or that these two broke right in when the guards should have stopped them.
By the power of the gods, halt!
Brasidas, you're here.
You got my message.
I heard about Pylos. Are you all right?
I've been through worse. We have bigger problems right
After
now.
Pylos, what happened?
The remaining Spartans found me and gave me time to recover. So I did.
But your leg.
You disappeared from battle.
I was captured, taken to Athens for an interrogation with Deimos and Cleon.
They didn't kill you?
They tried. Cleon's in Amphipolis.
Somewhere. And in armor, I hear. He'll fight for his life today.
He wants to be the hero. Athenians can't think much of him after what he did. This is our chance, Brasidas. We kill Cleon today.
If you don't, then I will.
There's something you're not telling me.
I am here for Cleon. Let's keep it at that.
I thought we were friends.
You're not who I thought you were. You were raised Spartan. You should know how to be loyal.
I did what I thought was right.
You hurt my reputation.
Oh, so this is about your reputation. She just told you that she was captured. I mean, I don't want to mention your poor failure. You got mopped by just 2 hits. Somehow, you're not only walking and breathing, but you don't even have the scars to prove your battle wound.
You want war?
Everything so personally.
Cleon tried shooting Cassandra when Alexios was blocking his aim. Yet he's surprised he hit Alexios instead. I'm trying to make sense out of that.
Alexios!
On the edge of the world, a mother calls out to her child. Touching.
Alexios. Please.
You use that name as if it means something to me.
Didn't this man catch an arrow with his spine like 20 minutes ago? How is he still walking?
This belonged to our grandfather.
I've done terrible things.
Well, let's not forget that you literally killed the leader of Athens and you left Brasidas on his spear as if he's a statue. But you were born from a Spartan family. You think you're the only one who has blood on their hands?
Sometimes the face we show to the world needs to be one of strength, despite the chaos we harbor beneath.
There's more to being the best than pure strength.
That's an excuse for the weak.
I'll show you who's weak.
As goofy as this looks, Stentor shouldn't even come close to Alexios' strength. I suppose this is the best ending you can get. Definitely sinful.
Here, Pater. It's been a long time.
This is what you are meant to do. Defend Earthrealm.
I am not allowed to desire a different future.
Your desires are not at issue. It is your methods for achieving them.